Jazz. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Thank you for joining me here for the Taz Effect Daily News in a way you did not know you could use. For those tuning in over the radio airwaves at gcpr.live, welcome, welcome, welcome. And for everyone else watching and listening from all over the World Wide Web, good afternoon. How are you today? Now, there's a lot going on. Everything is a buzz. Everything is a buzz. Hey, Inferno. Hey, Chuckles. Hey, Harley. How you doing? Thank you for joining. Nancy Guthrie, the mother of today's show host, Savannah Guthrie, is still missing. They had a suspect that they brought in for questioning. Hold on. Hey. Can you all hear me over on YouTube? Should. Popping up that it's coming. So they did have a suspect that they brought in. That suspect has been released since then. I am still under the impression that it's an inside job. And hey, Jay, of course, it's Taz time. Oh, your headphones just died. Well, Chuckles, go fix that, darling. Go fix it, Chuckles. All right. Now, also today, Pam Bondi has been, trying to get an Emmy, an Oscar, a Golden Globe for her performance that she's putting on Capitol Hill. I guess that's where she thinks she's going to get her thrill. So we're going to do a bit of a recap off of that, okay? There's so much. So Bondi started off her opening statement by touting lower crime stats. She said, and I quote, "After years of bloated bureaucracy and political weaponization, Department of Justice core mission is to fight violent crime, protect the American people, and defend the rule of law above all else. While our work is never done, we have made tremendous progress to make America safe again." How? When all of the top, the creme de la creme, the best of the best, you've let go. And you still have over 400 seasoned litigators still combing through the Epstein-Maxwell files. Now, moving on from there, she did address the Epstein files. If you think that was an address, she defended the administration's handling of the case. She said that when people brought up names of survivors, they were inadvertently released. They were then redacted. I need you to keep in mind that during all of this, there were survivors. There were victims that were sitting directly behind her, and it was repeatedly pointed out to her of that. Okay. No grand jurors found. The Trump DOJ met low probable cause threshold and failed indictment of Democratic voters. This came out while she was up on Capitol Hill. Let me break this down for you. Remember when they put out that video, veterans who were then elected to federal office were like, hey, active duty military, this is your oath. This is what you're obligated to follow. If it's illegal, you don't have to follow it. You don't get in trouble if they ask you to break the law. But if you blindly follow and break the law, it's the clink for you. And the DOJ was like, hold up. We ain't trying to prosecute and keep people safe from pedophiles and murderers and all that we know is in the Epstein files. But we're going to come after y'all because y'all were telling them to have free will and to obey the law. That's not what we're about here. And the judge was like, oh, you got too much dip on your chip. They didn't break the law by reminding people what the law is. Are you okay? Are you well? What's not clicking, Linda? Okay, we up to speed? All right, let's keep going. Now, Jayapal calls on Epstein survivors who haven't had a chance to meet with the DOJ to stand up and raise their hands. Baby, you ever been to a sporting event and they do the wave? That's essentially what went down. That's essentially what went down. When they were like, did the DOJ talk to you? They sure didn't. Sure didn't. I called, I text, I sent some shit through carrier pigeon. She was just like, new phone, who this? So Giant Paul was like, y'all stand up. And they was like, here I am. Here I go. Here I go again. Oh, I think Pam Bondi aged like 82 years. And I believe she's still on the stand. Then Bondi and Jayapal clashed after the Congresswoman called on Bondi to apologize to the victims. Wouldn't it be nice if she were honest? Then she wouldn't have to lie away. Oh, they're not even living in Delulu land, Harley. They're not even living in Delulu land. They know that they're doing more harm than good. That's the travesty. They're sitting here saying that everybody else is disrespecting the victims and harming the victims and preventing them from getting justice. And they know for a fact that it's them. They know for a fact that it's them. That's what makes it even more diabolical. And this is why they are aging. And their particle particles are wilting like cottage cheese in the middle of the desert at the height of summer. This is one of those times where I wish reincarnation, I hope reincarnation is real, and I hope they all come out as German Shepherd shits. And specifically German Shepherds that live like in Tucson, Arizona. Before you go, Taz, how did your brain come up with that? Are you new here? Are you new here? She's turning into the female crypt keeper before yeah. I mean, you can get all the plastic surgery you want. But aging skin, when it's rapidly aging over plastic surgery, baby, that is what nightmares are made of. And quick side note, quick sidebar, real quick. I'm going to need y'all to stop going, oh my God, insert name here with obvious plastic surgery. It's aging so well. What they say, it's true. We're just broke. We're not. I'll let Toni Braxton like the next one. She looks like that not because she done took care of herself, not because she has a great diet. She has a great doctor, just like her mama. Like y'all notice it in Kris Jenner, but y'all don't notice it in nobody else. When people disappear for 8 to 13 months and then pop out with the pop out, that's not graceful aging. And I'm not a hater. I'm just saying, y'all sit here and scream and holler about unrealistic standards. Y'all the ones upholding them. I'm just saying. I call it aging like shit. Exactamundo, because that was going to be my next example. Because I was like, yeah, Cher done popped out. Her mind done reminded y'all that she's knocking on 80's door. And y'all just said, that shit sound good. She should. She paid good, hard-earned cash money dollars for that. Okay, do you know how many doll hairs she had to... Okay. Now, back to Bondi. Bondi got into a heated exchange with Nadler and with Raskin because she kept trying to the whole time. Every time somebody was like asking her a specific question, she was going on, you must have Trump derangement syndrome. You're a failed politician. Let's talk about the crime rate in your district. Bitch, that's not what anybody asked you. If I asked you how much is a loaf of bread and you want to talk to me about an oil chain, and see, this is why I can't be a politician, because I would have slapped her about 6 hours ago. I would have slapped fire out of her. The headline would have been Representative Taz escorted off Capitol Hill. And it would just been a picture of Pam Bondi holding the side of her face. Absolutely not. Okay? Because it's only so many. If Andy had 5 apples, I'm going to do what a dumb bitch, a crazy bitch, a silly bitch, a somebody who trying to play in my face type bitch. Absolutely not. You have a Juris Doctor, ma'am. You mm-mm, mm-mm. Then Bondi had the audacity to give a smirk and fix her face, well, the remnants of her face, okay, to tell lawmakers, specifically Democratic lawmakers and the few outspoken GOP lawmakers, that they done decided this is their hill to die on when it comes to Trumpism, okay? Because they know he can't run for anything else after this, and his days are, all of our days are numbered, but his days are numbered into single digits, okay? She said, y'all need to apologize to Trump for the impeachments and the mistreatment that led to the impeachments. Mother. Oh. Is you cool, bitch? Bondi totes ass whooping. Yep, that's what that would be the headline. Bondi totes the ass whooping. Would no longer be AG Pam Bondi. Ass whooped Bondi. Returns to the DOJ. Then Loughran asked Bondi about New York Giants co-owner Steve Tisch. She was asked whether there should be further investigation into whether or not Steve Tisch, the co-owner of the New York Giants, was involved in any criminal conduct. How did Bondi answer this? I'm not going to play a yes-no game with you. Hey, but that's what it is. Are you going to continue to investigate him, or are you just going to drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot, and move on? Like Pam Bondi was sitting there like, oh, Trump gonna like this comeback. He gonna like this. Ooh, I'm so snarky. Ooh, I'm so sassy. I'm so sassy. And I'm just sitting here like, she's so full of shit. Like, what the? Then, like, she kept sparring specifically with Democratic lawmakers to the point where one Democratic congressman said that she was Jekyll and Hyde. And she's like, what do you mean? What does that mean, Jekyll and Hyde? Once again, bitch, you have a Juris Doctor. You have a Juris Doctor. Okay? Okay. All right. All right. All right. Like, if you're going to claim that standards are lowered for Black people, white people, especially white women, y'all got to stop showing how freaking stupid you are out in the public, out in the open, out in the wild. Okay? Keep yourself to a point where you can successfully hide your stupid. Okay? Don't put it on the worldwide stage. Please and thank you. Okay? He said, you're Dr. Jekyll when it comes to talking to Republicans, and you're Mr. Hyde when it comes to talk to Democrats. And she was, until she figured out which of the GOP wasn't rocking with her. Then all of a sudden, you're a failed politician. Bitch, if I'm failed, I'm sitting here asking you questions. I can't be failed if I still got my job. Get into it. But then Bondi tells Johnson, your time is up, when asked to apologize to Epstein survivors. Representative Hank Johnson, a Democrat out of Georgia, asked Bondi to apologize to the Epstein survivors. She said, your time is up. She really sat up there like she was the Queen of Sheba. Like, bitch, is you cool, bitch? Hey, girl, you got one time to fuck with me, the second time, like listen up. Like, is you cool, bitch? Bondi accused Democrats of trying to distract from border security and public safety efforts. Y'all remember what Pam Bondi, what her position, Attorney General. She's not DHS secretary. She ain't got nothing to do with Border Patrol. She's not a cop. I know y'all like to say that DAs are cops. No, they're not. No, they're not. Hey, Nana, no, they're not. No, they're not. I need y'all to stop that dumb narrative. Okay, people are already having a problem comprehending and critically thinking about the simplest of terms and titles. Stop muddying the waters. She literally. So now we shouldn't be worried about the Epstein Maxwell files because the borders. What's going on at the border? Other than we are for a couple of hours shutting down airports with no notice and then having to open up airports and then put out a lie about Mexican drones. Child. Then she went on. Representative Ted Lieu, love Ted Lieu, asked Bondi whether Trump attended parties with underage girls. Your man's brought receipts, was playing stuff, and she was, let me talk about this. California is a cesspool. The sanctuary cities. If I'm illegal, I'm going to go to the sanctuary city because I'm going to be safe. Like, that is not how this works. And then so many of the GOP today were like, well, they wasn't talking about this years ago. And Lou was like, you know what? This has been a cover up through multiple administrations. Yes, there were court cases where we couldn't open X, Y, and Z, but there were also times where we could have had branch off investigations simultaneous. Like, did that happen? Was that what's going on? But you're complicit in this leg of the race. Oh, I'll give that man a Kit Kat. Because what did he do for a Klondike bar? Everything. Okay? They said, y'all gonna quit calling us lame ducks. Y'all, we're gonna do things with the proper order of operations, but since y'all want a show, we're gonna bring the legality, we're gonna bring the legislation, we're gonna bring how we're supposed to do it, but we're gonna give you a show, okay? They conjured up, they pulled out that Ouija board and was like, hey, Barnum, hey, baby, write down some of that showmanship. We're gonna give these people a show. Okay? They said, since y'all want it to be all about the ratings, we're gonna give it to you all about the ratings. Okay? They came through what they came through. Then Swalwell said, hey, these mofos, he dropped more F-bombs in a little bit. So I can't say the no word. Y'all know when the no word is supposed to go in here. Okay? Okay, stick with me. He said, hey, I called you up. I called your office up. I called your underlings up. A couple of them you let go. I've been threatened. My family's been threatened. They done said publicly, oh, I'm going to F you up. Y'all looked into it the first time and said, oh, this person has so many medical issues. They're not a threat. The person that you said had medical issues said, hey, I will F you up and I will get other people to F you up. Watch your back because I don't like what you're doing in regards to Trump. And then Pam Bondi was like, no, anybody on either side, I'll make sure you're safe. Once again, bitch, how? You're not the head of the CIA, but that CIA deals with outside of the borders, but you're not the head of the FBI. You're not the head of the Secret Service. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? And we know you definitely can't fight. You can't fight, okay? Because you can't even fight the crow's feet that's creeping up all over your face, okay? Okay. That's a definite professionalism. How'd you stupid? You got that right. Then Ted Lieu, Mr. Lieu was like, time out, flag on the play. Bondi, you're a liar. She was like, how dare you accuse me of a crime? And he was like, how dare you commit a crime? This is recorded, ho. We can see you. Everybody gonna see you forevermore. You lied. You lied under oath. You said no crimes were committed, that Trump didn't do X, Y, and Z right after we showed you proof. Yeah. We also showed you proof that you all were hiding the identity of co-conspirators and not prosecuting them right now. And you said there was nothing to prosecute, that these people weren't co-conspirators and that you weren't redacting their names, and we showed you. That is a lying. That is a perjury, ho. Why don't you just resign? And she's like, you look like a criminal. You walk like a criminal. You talk like a criminal. Bitch, you's a criminal. Told you. Mr. Lieu, he wasn't coming to play. He wasn't. He said, you want the greatest showman? I'm going to give you the greatest showman. Okay, he came out like Beetlejuice. Okay, he dusted off his good suit and came sliding out, risky business style. Okay, Ferris Bueller didn't take a day off today, okay? He showed up for all the classes, crossed all the T's, dotted all the I's. They were like, we've been studying the Trumpism playbook. We're about to do this better than you. They came in like the Democrats came in today like every villain from every reality TV show just met up and was like, villainous powers activate. Take this bitch down. I'm telling you. Then Korea asked Epstein survivors to stand up and signal if they think the federal government has their back. Y'all already know the answer to that. Let's keep moving. Republicans focused on fraud, vaping. Yes, vaping. Vaping. We still have people on the global stage trying to stick their cooter waffles and Vienna sausages in babies, and they want to keep talking about that. Europe is like, oh, we got a burn book. We got a burn book, and we're going down name by name by name. You gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta go. You get an investigation, you get a prosecution, you get some cuffs, you get some cuffs, you get some prison time. We're over here like, I don't see nothing wrong. So while they're talking about fraud, vaping, border security, Democrats were like, tell us about the killings in Minnesota. Why isn't there a proper investigation into that? Where is the grand jury going to convene so we can get this over with? And they're like, so where's the indictment list for Epstein files? And once again, Pam Bondi is being handed little pieces of paper with the little quips, and she's like giving that little snarly laugh. And I got him with this one. You're washed up. You represent criminals. Just 5 minutes. Just give me 5 minutes. That's all I need. That's all I need. Okay. I just want to give her a hug around the jugular. Just a little sisterly embrace around the neck region. Just a little encouraging pat across the center of her neck. Just then Bondi promised to fix the Epstein files redaction errors after questioning from Representative Correa. They've been promising to fix this for a long time. Here's the thing I'm going to tell you. You can be a great attorney. She's not. Don't get confused. But you need to learn how to stay in your lane. I know y'all think that y'all can learn any and everything from YouTube. That's commendable. Dumb as shit to think that, but commendable that you're keeping hope alive like you Jesse Jackson. And I guess it's keeping hope alive. This also keeping him alive. Keep that in mind, okay? They need to actually go get the IT personnel that they fired before they put together this BS website. Don't call me because I'm not helping y'all. Get somebody else to do it. Y'all could have went through Wix.com and did better than this. Sheesh. You could have did something with GoDaddy better than this. Then Representative Thomas Massey. Yes, Thomas Massey, the rogue GOP man. Here we come to stay the day. Captain Kentucky Man. And files. Slammed the DOJ for redactions, including those related to billionaire Les Wexner. And he was coming through. He was cutting Pam Bondi off. He was like, oh, I'm reclaiming my time. And she's like, you're not going to answer. You're not going to let me answer. He's like, you're not even trying to answer anyway. And it got so bad. They were like, Raskin had to step in and remind Bondi how things go, that she wasn't in control, that when somebody said that they were reclaiming their time, she needed to shut the F up and zip it. Her top lip and her bottom lip needed to be married. They needed to become Siamese twins. Shut and don't say nothing else. Is that the new Republican campaign slogan? Yes, it is. It is. How dare you? Now, Bondi refused to confirm the existence of a domestic terrorism list and declines to commit to sharing a potential list. Because remember, everybody's been asked about this ever since that ICE/Border Patrol, because we don't know which department he worked for, agent was like, yeah, we'll add you to this list because that's what we're doing. We're keeping an eye on you. And everybody's like, what do you mean? We don't have a list. Loose lips, take trips. And y'all hire some dumb mofos because you just wanted to fill the ranks and they can't keep. You got to realize people that are driven by anger and ego, baby, they're going to tell it all. They gonna tell it all, okay? They gonna tell it all. When all this is said and done, the history book that I'm going to write about this, epic. You know what? It might be, we might just go right back to the oral history. It might just be audio only. Because I got a good friend that is a wonderful commissioned artist. Do a whole visual thing Make it artsy, artsy fartsy, just to piss them off. So then they recessed for a little bit. Oh, Bondi also refused to say whether or not if Trump suing the IRS violates the emoluments clause. I can answer that for you. Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah. No word. Yeah. But America. No word. Yeah. Then they took a little break because pretty sure there was a whole lot of DoorDash and chanclas before that break. I'm pretty sure the DoorDash drivers was lining up out front, chanclas in hand, ready to pass them out. Okay, the chanclas and belts, and there probably was messaging younger people in their life, the younger staffers, to go out and cut switches for them. Cause baby, I'm pretty. Then, of course, wayward Peter Wacker Jordan defended Bondi's response to Democrats and said, I think the Attorney General is doing just fine. I don't think anybody should take Jim Jordan's recommendation on anything. Okay. If he says, you know what? This little hole in the wall diner with a D- rating, we should go. Don't. If he said that they got an A+ rating, don't. Like if he recommends a soda, that soda is going bankrupt. Don't. Jim Jordan was repeatedly asked to regain control of the hearing. McBath asked Bondi to denounce Trump officials' statements about Renee Nicole Good and Alex Preddy being domestic terrorists. I'm going to let y'all figure out what she did. Bondi deflected questions from Democrats by referencing crimes again. I already told y'all that was her number one thing. She was pressed about the Maxwell prison transfer and the fact that Maxwell has a phone and access to a dog. Representative Valent asked if the DOJ has questioned Lutnick and other administration officials about their ties to Epstein. Valent slammed Bondi over an anti-Semitic comment. Bondi criticized Valent for voting against a resolution to condemn the phrase "from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free," because they're claiming that's anti-Semitic. It's not. Valent immediately fired back, saying, "Do you want to go there, Attorney General? Do you want to go there?" she yelled. "Are you serious? Talking about anti-Semitism to a woman who lost her grandfather in the Holocaust? Really? Really?" And then she left the room. Pretty sure she was about to hit that bitch with a bottle. I'm pretty sure. I can't prove it, but I felt it in my spirit. Okay? Our spirits aligned like chakras, and I just felt like she was about to look if you book, right? Look if you like. It was about to go down because she was looking like I was just waiting for Jamie Foxx to come in with his speaker because he done turned into speaker uncle. Like, do you gangbang? I'll be outside with my gang. On survivors' names being accidentally left in the Epstein files, Bondi says we did the best we could. Remember, she had already said earlier last year that they had gone through and combed through everything. Then she said that over 400 were assigned to this. So what do you mean you did the best that you could? Even the FBI gave up people to help with this. Then Representative Dan Goldman asked Bondi if she'll commit to releasing unredacted versions of the Epstein email. And there were several people that were like, hey, when we come to the DOJ just to see these unredacted things, there's not enough compute. Like, you're not providing us with enough resources that are compatible. Like, it's not comparable. And there wasn't a computer for you. That was like, come on, bitch, come on. Then Bondi says that we have pending investigations in the Epstein case, but Karshat Patel said there's nothing left to investigate, and they played that clip for her. And then that ended. But Slotkin demanded that the DOJ end a probe into a video. I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to need everyone that can see me, that can hear me. If you are not aware of what checks and balances entails within the federal government of the United States, educate yourself on it. And I say this because this is what you need to start asking for: checks and balances. You need to start calling for impeachments. And before you go, the Taz, the GOP, right now, things take planning, things take preparation. People can start putting paperwork together now. And as the midterms happen, and we have to keep in mind, the GOP is dropping like they dropping like flies at hour 23 and a half. Okay. They're like, get somebody else to do it. They're deciding not to run for re-election. They're leaving their posts. They're doing all of these things so that soon as people get sworn in, impeachment processes can happen. I need you all to also keep in mind, we still have ambassadorships that are vacant. A lot of positions that need to have confirmation hearing. A pin has been put. It's almost as if they've forgotten. We have not been running on a full federal government since Trump and his administration, the bits and pieces of the administration have been sworn in. Now, I'm truly surviving off of Mountain Dew and rage against the machine, literal rage against the machine. And I really can't stand whiskey leaks. Like, I really can't. And here's reason 2,763 and 2, okay? Oops. Pete Hegseth announces breaking of ties between the U.S. Department of War and Harvard University over woke worry. Don't ask me what the hell he mean by that, because I don't know. I don't even think he knows, okay? He just was like, if you say woke, somebody just told him like, hey, PD non-Pablo, if you say woke, them colors, they start shaking in their boots. You'll own them if you say that. And ever since then, he's like, woke, 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 wokey, wokey, woke. I say woke, woke, wokey, woke, woke, wokey, wokey, woke. Woke, 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 oh. That's it. Let's go. Let's dig into this. On February 7th, 2026, through a video message on X, formerly Twitter, Secretary of... We don't have a secretary for SecDef, Pete Kegsbreath, announced that the United States Department of Bullshit will be breaking all academic ties with Harvard University. The reason? The new people coming on board are way, way smarter than him? No, that's... Okay. I'm going to read what it said. He claims the university has become a... There is maturity that resides in us. We're going to dig deep and pull it out today to talk about Pete Hegseth. He claims the university has become a factory for woke ideology and a breeding ground for anti-American radicals that no longer aligns with the department's emphasis on aspects such as lethality and deterrence. That was a nice 10 seconds of maturity. Screw that. Screw that shit. Screw that shit. Okay? Let me explain something to y'all. Trying to bully yourself into a moment of respect never works. Okay? Lethality, bullying, intimidation does not breed, does not foster, does not bear respect. For a short period of time, it breeds fear, but most often, it breeds resentment, retaliation, learning who you are, what you are about from the inside out to take you down permanently from the inside out and slowly and painfully. He's stupid. And deterrence. So you want a bunch of dumb nimrods walking around dragging knuckles on the pavement. But this is coming from a man who's impressed that his wife in a McMansion has turned their dining room into a homeschool area. Let what I say sink in. This is the man who was peed on himself in bushes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, glad you can make it. Okay. We need a palate cleanser. This is going to be our ginger moment. Okay. This is going to be our ginger moment. Plus, I do get a great sense of joy in making fun of Trump's brand of racism. And if you don't know what I mean, you know I'm going to show you, darlings, because 'tis what I do. 'Tis what I do. Stop, look and listen. And don't be drinking anything right now, because do not message me afterwards if you start, because I warned you.
So, Donald Trump just found out that there is a Cricket World Cup going on in India, and Team USA is one of the associate teams. And he just posted on Truth Social that he thinks USA has a very strong team and that America is rooting for you. Now, let's see the team that he is rooting for. This is the USA team that he is rooting for. Now, let's read the names of the players. Monank Patel, Shayan Jahangir, Miland Kumar, Sanjay Krishnamurthy, Harmeet Singh, Shubman, Shadle, Mohammad Mohsin. All of these guys look like me, and he's rooting for them. I wonder if he would still be rooting for them if Bad Bunny was the captain. By the way, one of these guys is an Oracle engineer part time at Silicon Valley. Pick a side, man.
Are we all collectively laughing at Trump now? But I'm going to say this again. As much as the Trumpites, okay, the MAGA miscreants, are like, we can't get out of our country. Everybody that they hold up on a pedestal, that they love the most, immigrants and or criminals. And when it's a combination of the two, just because I love that for them even more. And the products that they love the most, imports. Like, let's think about it. Who owns Fox News? Oh, that's right. The Australian American family. They say, who is the best first lady? Oh, the one that can't speak English. Because we don't know what seance she was conjuring up when she was supposed to be reading to them kids at Christmas. And they not mad at her personal war on Christmas. Just the one they made up in their mind. Because that happened to said 101 times. That she's like Cruella de Vil. She will turn Christmas into a coat for herself. Like, she don't give a damn. she don't give a damn. Like, but you know, they sit there talking about Elon Musk came through to save us money. You mean the mofo from South Africa by way of Canada? You could. Wait a minute, what did you say? Taz, I can't listen to Melania's voice without feeling like she's trying to cuss, because she is. You can't convince me that that woman isn't secretly going, Eye of Newt, Tongue of Toad. Let's blend this together, because he needs to be turned a mode. I hate it here. Please take me away. I thought I came close to being queen yesterday. Like, you, come on. That woman is speaking the language of E.T.'s people. She got to be talking to the who E.T. was phoning home to. You notice that when she started popping out, we stopped getting Reese's Pieces commercials? I can tell you this. I don't want this to be like the updated version of High School Musical, because I'm tired of being of us all being in this together. Absolutely not. We need to stop speaking French, because all this we bullshit needs to stop. Okay, I'm very fine with them and us. Oh yeah, it's them. On him is us. I don't want to be all in this together. No more. No more. Mm-mm. 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 Now, once again, Trump is planning to hold back grant money from some Democratic-led states. And governors say that they won't hold a Trump meeting after only Republicans have been invited. But we do have to get serious for a moment. We have to get serious for a moment. I think far too many people have forgotten that during the first Trump administration, and a little bit, we turn into me and them over there. Exactly. And in between the two Trump administrations, there were people who killed their families in the name of Trump to save them from impending doom, because Trump's no longer, all these different things. And unfortunately, in the same neck of the woods where on June 1st of this year, Carmelo Anthony will stand trial, the following happened. I'm going to play you a video, and then we're going to get into an article with a bit more detail in it, okay? Okay. Here we go.
I just read about that poor woman who went to go visit her dad in Texas, although she's from the UK. Her dad lives in Texas. She presses him on his support for Trump. They get into a big fight. He kills her. And then the grand jury fails to indict him on a murder charge because he said that it was an accident. She was shot in the heart at close range. What the fuck?
It's amazing what is deemed an accident when it involves a white person. Especially a white person, presumably with a penis. So, Texas dad fatally shoots own daughter after big argument about President Trump. A Texas man will not face charges after gunning down his daughter after they got in a heated argument about President Trump. I need y'all to keep this in mind. They're setting precedent that if you get into a heated argument over Trump, it's an accident. Lucy Harrison, who was visiting from the UK, died of her wounds after the 23-year-old was shot in the chest on January 10th, 2025, at her father's home in Prosper, located around 35 miles north of Dallas. Now, I need you to keep in mind, this young lady, blonde-haired, blue eyes, the eugenics princess that MAGA so loves and covets. You know, they act like blonde hair is their culture. Hey, Vix. Her dad, Chris Harrison, Chris spelled with a K, of course, who moved to the U.S. when his daughter was a child, admitted during an inquest that he was an alcoholic who had relapsed and drank 3 glasses of wine on the day of the shooting, BBC reported. I have drank a couple bottles of wine and I ain't shot nobody in the chest. Just putting that out there. And once again, weren't we just talking about MAGA's favorite things? Is he a legal resident? Is he a legal citizen? Because he said he came here from the UK when she was a child. And she chilling over in the... Stop visiting the parents. White people, stop visiting your parents unless you're absolutely sure that they standing on the correct side of history. And I'm not being funny. Historically speaking, don't visit. Don't. Lucy's death was initially being investigated by local cops as a possible manslaughter case, but no criminal charges were ultimately brought against the father after a Collin County grand jury decided against indicting him. I'll give you 2 guesses as to who Collin County voted for overwhelmingly. Oh, you don't need time? Okay. She was traveling to the U.S. with her boyfriend, Sam Littler. This is not the time for jokes. It's not appropriate. It's not appropriate. Put it in your back pocket. Hold on to it. Tell the joke later. Don't tell it now. Who later told a court that the dad and daughter had a big argument about Trump a few days before he was set to be inaugurated for his second term. Mr. Littler, you're making it harder and harder for me not to tell this joke about your name. So you was there and you just, I mean, different people take the position of boyfriend differently. I can understand. You know, y'all might have just been swapping undercarriage juices, boyfriend, girlfriend, not like long-term, I really care about him, boyfriend, girlfriend. So, okay. Chris and Lucy frequently butted heads about her father's conservative leanings, particularly that he purchased a Glock 9mm handgun a few years earlier, Littler said. If y'all constantly not getting along when it comes to politics, why do y'all keep talking politics with one another? And if you don't agree with him having a gun and you don't agree with that type of thing in the house, why are you going to places? Because she's a white woman. She's a white woman. White women will contort themselves to fit into boxes when they shouldn't even be looking at the box trying to figure out if they can fit into it. Stop being a caged bird, white ladies. Stop being a caged bird. The argument started when Lucy pressed her father about an unspecified hypothetical scenario regarding a woman who had been sexually assaulted. Jesus Christ. White women, don't ask men, especially white men, about scenarios when it comes to y'all being harmed. Because historically, from what I've seen, they'll just make that shit come true. They will make that. They'll turn into Laverne and Shirley. And they'll make your dreams come true. Those dreams may be nightmares, though. How would you feel if I was the girl in the situation and I'd been sexually assaulted? She asked her father. Jesus Christ on the motorbike. I can already tell where this is going. According to Littler, Chris shot back that it wouldn't upset him that much because he had 2 other daughters who were living with him. What'd I tell y'all? What did I tell y'all? It was not immediately clear how Trump factored into the back and forth, but his callous response made Lucy quite upset, and she stormed upstairs. Later that day, a few minutes before they were going to leave for the airport, Lucy's father took her hand and led her into his bedroom on the ground floor of the home. 15 seconds later, Littler said he heard a loud bang, followed by Chris screaming for his wife, Heather, according to the outlet. The father said, and I quote, "As I lifted the gun to show her, I suddenly heard a loud bang. I did not understand what had happened." They had a back and forth. She got her feelings hurt. She went upstairs. When it was time for her to leave, he decided to, quote unquote, show her his gun. And he doesn't understand how the gun shot her. And the grand jury was like, nope, no crime was committed here. I don't believe in weaponizing ICE. But in this instance, if somebody were to weaponize ICE against him, I would understand. I would understand. Because to me, from what he just described, out of his own mouth and witness testimony, he's a violent criminal that we don't know if he's here legally. We just know he came here when his daughter was a child. I think he should sit in a detention facility until we get around to figuring out if we want to figure out if he's here legally. I think we should decide to investigate whether or not he's legal in about 2045, but he can sit in alligator Auschwitz till then. Like they said, is this decent accommodations, or take him down to the facility, the Dilley facility. He seems like a vaccinated white man. He should be okay with the measles and everything else that's having a skippity doo dah day down at Dilley. I just. Mm-hmm. 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 I mean, Marvin Gaye Daddy was charged and let him up. Right. Send him to El Salvador. They love that one. Yeah. Go. Yeah. Now, with that being said, if you have a small business or you would like to see your place of employment advertised here at GCPR Radio, please go to gcpr.live. That is gcpr.live and click advertise here with us. And we will get her done. You tell us what you want and we will have it up tonight. You heard me? Also, y'all still didn't tell me what y'all want from me over on Patreon. Y'all better tell me something, okay? Or I'm just gonna have y'all looking at pictures of me. It's me. It is me, okay? And don't worry, I will remember to get pictures of Igor, the skeleton, and their new crew. Get a video up over on TikTok and YouTube today. I'll send you the dolphin videos. Yes. Also, if you like what I do over here on the Taz Effect, you can help keep these lights on by going to Tazisms.com. That is T-A-Z as in zebra, I-S as in Sam, M-S as in Sam.com. And we got Cooter Coin merch, No Kings, Full Justice No Kings merch, It's all white women till it's no white women. Mancasty, you name it. We got it over there. We even got Bazinga merch. And there's 2 promo codes going around, one for free shipping and one for 20% off. They are going across the banner on the website, so take advantage of that. Do not forget, later on tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, Rouse High Exalted, where the greatest minds of elevation will convene to discuss a plethora of topics that you probably didn't realize that people could talk about in depth. But they do. And then following that, you will have conversations with T. Nathan. If you want to be about a revolution and you want to get militant, tune in to T. Nathan for conversations with T. Nathan. And then, of course, bright and early tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central is Sound of Coffee with Truthful Thursdays with Thomas the Villain Bishop. And then, of course, I will be back. Also, if you like history, make sure you subscribe to my Substack at TazJ. And make sure you subscribe on TikTok as well for additional history nuggets. Other than that, I would tell y'all to be good, but it's me. So, as always, each one teach one, each one reach one. Y'all be good. Remember, don't do anything that requires bail, at least not in this economy. And most importantly, it only requires bail should you get caught. So you know what not to do. You know what not to do. Okay? Okay. And what did we learn from the unfortunate disappearance of Nancy Guthrie? Pay for the iCloud storage. Pay for the iCloud storage and utilize the buddy system. Okay? Okay. I will see the rest of you all at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central over on TikTok for Learning Through Literature as we continue to go through the memoir of Virginia Roberts Giuffre, one of the most outspoken victims of Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein, as we continue to go through her memoir, Nobody's Girl. If you missed any parts of it, head over to YouTube at TazJ77 and go to the playlist Nobody's Girl. Other than that, ciao, Bella.